Podcasts are hot right now. How do I know? Well, you're listening to one right now, aren't you? But you might be wondering, how on earth do I get my voice out there and start my own podcast? It all seems so intimidating. Between hosting and platforms and monetization, it can get real complicated real quick. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We started this podcast over 2 years ago, not knowing clue one on how to do it. So how do we do it? We did it with Anchor. Anchor is the free podcast app with creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on all the platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And everybody likes money, right? Well, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So go right now, download the free Anchor app, or go to Anchor FM to get started. It's the eCommerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your host, John Suder, Bart, Mroz, and Brittany Blackman. The eCommerce Minute is a production of SUMO Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm located in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. It's eCommerce Minute episode 746.
In today's episode, Yelp update shows if business is following COVID-19 safety guidelines.
The states have been slowly reopening their economies in the wake of COVID-19. Maybe not so fast, but thousands of businesses are still closed, and sadly, many of them for good. In fact, as of June 15th, 140,000 businesses listed on the Yelp review site remain closed. And all the business closures since March 1st, 41% of them have shuttered permanently. On top of this, due to Yelp's integral role in giving consumers all of the juicy restaurant information, they've decided to add an important new feature. Yelp business pages will now come with a coronavirus safety section. Business pages will now include information on whether a business enforces social distancing, sanitizes between customers, or requires masks or temperature checks for customers. Business pages will now include information on whether staff wears masks and gloves, sanitizes between customers, and if hand sanitizer and contactless payment methods are available. The safety section will also include a timestamp to let customers know when a business's information was last updated. And at the top of each business page, there's a COVID banner where business owners can write and update a customized message. As the country starts to reopen, safety guidelines for businesses remain inconsistent across jurisdictions. Yelp's new 10-point safety checklist includes the 10 biggest consumer concerns the company found after conducting its own surveys and analyzing outside research. Business owners will also be able to select which safety measures they've implemented. But Yelp does not have an internal vetting process to ensure that the information is accurate. Instead, it relies on customer feedback. When a customer visits a business, they will be able to confirm or deny that a business is following the safety measures listed on its page. This is one of the many new features the company has been implementing to help businesses since the beginning of the outbreak, including a no-contact delivery notification. Yes, this can be helpful, but again, we always have to take it with a grain of Yelp salt. A lot of people game Yelp, especially if they have a bad experience. You get the Karens on there and they trash the business. I think this is helpful, but the bigger thing is we all agree in this room here that we think businesses are opening too soon. But at the same time, a lot of these businesses are struggling and they have to do what they have to do. And if they set up and are set up to safely serve customers, that's fine. If you think I'm going into a restaurant or a gym or bar anytime soon, you're going to lose money on that bet. But there are certain people that just don't care. I'm looking at you, Florida. Florida just does not care. Neither does Arizona.
A lot of shore towns.
A lot of shore towns. A lot of the Jersey Shore in New Jersey. They just don't care. I think this is a helpful thing. Yelp also did a good thing. We reported back on this, 2 months ago. They doled out $25 million in relief to independent local restaurants and nightlife businesses by waiving fees for advertising and other products and services. Of course, that always wound up serving Yelp somehow. But they also partnered with GoFundMe so independent businesses can start fundraisers and accept donations through the Yelp pages. We did a story on that. So I think that was pretty good. I don't know if it's enough at this point. I think we're now getting past the point of no return because what's going to happen in the next couple of months, all those unemployment checks that people were getting and that extra $600 and whatever else they were getting, that's all going to run out. And a lot of businesses are saying, okay, come on back to work. And a lot of people going, well, I'm scared. I can't. They're going, okay, well, there's always someone else to fill your job. And it's funny because this virus, as soon as it got warm, everyone went, okay, we can finally take a break. It's over. It'll recede for a while and then we'll worry about it in the fall. Well, coronavirus didn't get the memo. So it's still raging. It's getting worse. And the hardest hit, obviously, are places where people have to be more than 10 people shoulder to shoulder. businesses like restaurants. And it's unfortunate. I don't know what the solution is. Takeout and curbside delivery and curbside dining are only a Band-Aid. And especially up here in the Northeast, once it starts getting cold in October, November, that's not going to work either. They have been opening businesses in this area, in the Northeast in particular. We seem to be okay for now because for some reason we wear masks around here. In parts of the country, again, I'm looking at you, Florida. I don't know what's going on down there, but it's crazy town. It's cookie town.
It is.
So we'll see what happens. Close this one with a little stat time. As we said earlier, 41% of businesses closed on Yelp have shut down for good during the coronavirus pandemic. I've just learned of 2 places that I enjoyed going to that have closed, and I think the number is going to spike around here. 85% of independent restaurants may go out of business by the end of 2020, according to the Independent Restaurant Coalition.
Some good news today. Just keeps getting better every day.
The hits keep on coming. Sorry for this depressing news story, but that's the way it is. Guys, got anything else?
Nope.
I got to check out of this one. I just came in.
And you're like, I'm done.
I'm done. All right. That's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow.
That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media at SUMO Heavy.